Hi, my lovies. Today we're back again, back with another video. And yeah, I know I uploaded one very early this morning in the AMs, but I think it's best that the more we have videos, the better, especially because right now, even though I'm studying for like next year stuff so that I can also help second year students because I'm doing second year next year. I'm still making sure that everyone is covered so that I can help matriculants, first years and second years. But obviously now, since I saw the comments, and yeah, I think I'll also have to cover grade 10 and grade 11. So the more videos are out, the more ahead I'll be of content. So yeah, since it's December, it means that I can take out a lot of videos so that next year almost everyone is covered, and my YouTube channel helps you get the marks that you've always wanted. So yeah, today we're going to be doing shares. I'm going to be showing you how to journalize shares, whether it's issued shares or a buyback of shares. So we're going to be starting with additions, issue of shares, and what do you journalize and what accounts does it affect, right? So P Somel Ltd is our company, and it has issued 20% of their authorized shares, which are 100,000 shares, right, at R2.50. R2.50. So yeah, I think we can write with blue. Is blue okay? Should we write with red? Yeah, I think red is fine. Or green. I think green is fine, since I wrote with blue there. So for starters, they told you that 20% of the shares, which are 100,000, were issued. So now we're looking for the ones, when they're saying additions, we're looking for the ones that are issued, right? You know this. The issued ones are the additions. So they're telling you that only 20% of this amount, not the full 100% of these all shares, but the 20%. Please go to my YouTube channel to understand, not my YouTube channel, my TikTok channel actually, to check out the notes that I've uploaded there. And I did explain what authorized means in the notes. So that was a series of explaining what the different concepts of grade 12 mean. So authorized as part of those company notes. Yeah, please go through that. And yeah, actually, let me just show in my book, my notebook, and hopefully I have a definition there. Unfortunately, it's not there, but authorized shares, there it is. So I did write it here. Authorized share capital, the maximum number of shares that a company can sell. This is the number of shares that we can offer to the public. So as a whole, how many shares can we sell to the public? So it's the total amount, but not all of them is always issued. Some of them are still authorized but not issued, right? So let's continue with what we were doing. So, right, they're saying 20% of that authorized shares is 100,000. So you're going to start by saying, obviously you're going to say your 100,000, and then you multiply by 20% of, we want the 20% because we want to know how many did we issue to the public. We didn't issue the full 100,000, so it's only the 20%. So that should give you 20,000, 200,000. Yes. So this 200,000 is the one that is at the value of R2.50. So you're going to multiply this by R2.50, and you're supposed to get 500,000. This is actually a million. I kept on saying 100,000. It's a million because it's 6 zeros. Sorry. So yeah, a million. So now 20% of the million was issued to the public and had 200 shares. Those 200 shares that were issued to the public are worth 500,000. Now, you take that 500,000, right? Now, this additions, what accounts does it affect? It affects your ordinary share capital. Ordinary share capital. That's a new term. Now, if you find a new term, what do? You go back to your terminology on our TikTok channel and you check what ordinary share capital is, right? So this is where the value of the amount that we have issued of the shares, right, that we have issued to the public it's the general ledger account that accounts for that. This also has a note. So it's very important that you understand what ordinary share capital is, right? So basically, ordinary share capital is the first account, and since we're going to be receiving money, it means we're going to have bank. I know you guessed that right. So you're going to have bank. Now let's allocate our signs. So ordinary share capital, it's definitely an equity account. So we have, meaning the signs are going to be negative and plus. And bank is an asset, and this is plus and minus, right? This is grade 10 concept, right? So you're going to have, since your 50,000 is coming into your bank account, the public, small individuals, shareholders, people who want to invest in your company are giving you money so they can have returns in the future. So it means that your bank will increase, right? It increasing, it means it's on this side. So you'll have 500,000. You're going to have 500,000 and you're going to have ordinary share capital as the contra account, right? So ordinary share capital will be the contra account. And then I did tell you something. I did teach you something in the last video. For every debit entry, there's a corresponding credit entry. So all the time, you can start at bank. Even if you don't know what the signs for ordinary share capital is, you start at bank. Okay, I received money, meaning it's on the debit side. Now, what is the opposite side of debit? Since it's on the debit, it means it's going to be on the credit side. So now you're going to have bank on this side with the same amount. Now you're done. That's basically how you do it. If you have additions, that's how you deal with it. Just understand how much. Sometimes they tell you 200,000 shares were issued. Sometimes they say 20% of the authorized shares were issued. So know how many they're saying they issued. If they issued 200,000, you added there. If they said they issued 500,000, you just take the 500,000, multiply it so and so, and you just add the amounts. So I'm going to do a second example, but we're going to go quick through it because of the time of the video, right? So obviously we're gonna go through it really quick. All right, I thought I should create a question that is not similar to what we were doing. Let it have different concepts or different wording. Now they're saying we issued 50,000 shares at 5 rands. Oh, they're very expensive. But the average cost price, I want you to know this. Me using the word average cost price is opening you to new terminologies. Average cost price is once they say average cost price, you know it goes to your ordinary share capital note, right? It's very important that you remember that. So yeah, so basically once they say average cost price, it goes with your ordinary share capital. So whenever they say average share price, average cost price, average share price, it's the same thing. It goes with your ordinary share capital. It's important to understand this because in the next video we will be doing the buyback of these shares. It will be elaborated there. So now the average cost price is 5 rand. So you're going to say 50,000 multiplied by 5 rands. They gave you the number of shares. This time they didn't say 20% of the authorized. They told you how many shares. So you just say 50,000 multiply by 5. Supposed to be 250,000. Yes. So you have 250,000. Now you're going to do the same thing. You're going to account for it in the same manner. Let me use red since I used the other colors. So you're going to have ordinary share capital of 250,000. And then you're gonna have bank of 250,000. Honestly, I teach perfection, but for this video's sake, I'm just showing you how you deal with additions of shares. But you know that you have to close off your account at the end of the financial year. You have to write your dates. You have to write if this is CPJ or CRJ, the folio that you're using. That is also important. I'm just explaining the concepts, but it's important that you know that you write CRJ. And you write your dates. My explanations and examples in this video particularly didn't have any dates. I just wanted you to understand how do you generalize the issue of shares, right? So in the next video, I'm going to be explaining how do you generalize the buyback of shares. And I hope that this video helps you out and you actually understand how you calculate these amounts and what do you use. Obviously, there's going to be more examples because this leads to an entire note and you have to understand that note. But this is very important. Just know how to generalize these accounts. For in case if this comes out in an assignment, I doubt they would say open a general ledger of ordinary share capital in the final exam. But it's important for your term 1 tests and term 2 tests in case they're like generalizing an assignment or they're like generalized in a test in term 1. So I hope this video helps out people and you actually understand what you're doing. From me to you, it's bye and see you in the next video. It's bye and ciao.